quiet, please. Oh my God, shh. Film's about to start.
Hello world, welcome to Drew's Reviews, and today's film we'll be discussing, mind you, the third film that I've reviewed with Pedro Pascal, Eddington. Directed by Ari Aster, this film takes place in a small divided town in New Mexico during the pandemic, where fear and power fuel a spiral of mistrust, leaving no one untouched. I'm going to be real and upfront with a huge mistake that I have made upon myself. Mind you, I have been extremely busy because of my crazy schedule between my day job and making these videos. My brain has been completely fried. I went into this movie thinking The Witch, Nosferatu, The Northman, The Lighthouse. These films were made by Ari Aster.
Wrong.
All of these films are by the wonderful director who goes by the name of Robert Eggers. I was looking forward to Eddington because I thought that was by the same director. Now, there are a couple of films that I do like by Ari Aster, and those are Hereditary and Midsommar, of which he did an incredible job, and now he's made this film. Again, I went into this thinking that it was by Robert Eggers. I don't believe that affected me in any way. I just think I got that mixed up.
Nah, there's no pressure, man. It's all good. You didn't have to say anything.
From what I saw in the trailers, this movie started off so well. I was looking forward to this more than Fantastic Four. I really wish I would have waited to see this movie later. This was such a disappointment. Because of how well this movie started off, I saw, or at least I thought I saw, the vision.
That's a 10.
I'm just an open mind. I'm ready to receive whatever they got for me. As I'm experiencing this first act, I truly believe that there was no way to destroy the momentum that they had. But that's exactly what happened. We got up to a certain point and I was invested. I was locked in. And then the movie takes a turn, and unfortunately it took the wrong turn. They made a choice. To me, there's no better way to describe this other than them just wanting to get the audience to say, "Oh my gosh." That's all it was. Boiled down, it was just for shock value, because this didn't do anything good for the story at all. After this point, the story, the plot, the pacing just tanked.
This is the worst!
And at the same time, they completely made the protagonist unredeemable in my eyes. If you're going to give me a story about tragedy and deep down they're a good person but everything is against them and they can't get a break and it just ends up destroying them, okay, I'm down with that. But that needs to be the focal point of your movie. This movie had no focus and it wanted to tell too many stories. It felt like 3 different scripts were happening all at the same time. The focus was clearly lost, and because the focus was lost, the runtime went way over what it needed to be.
And it really bothered me.
They needed to shave off at least 45 minutes of this movie. It went on way too long, and they're just drawing these scenes out. It never felt like the story was progressing. It always felt like, we're just gonna do this so you can gasp. We're just going from situation to situation without having any clarity. Ari Aster, he's a very artistic director, but sometimes directors can get their head in the clouds and go too far. And I've always said, if I have to sit here and do homework after I've watched your film, film, I don't think that's doing a good job getting your story across. And I'm not saying I have to understand every single little thing. You can always understand movies better by the second and third view. But if I don't even get any type of anything off of the first watch, I don't believe that that is on the audience. I believe that's on the director to get that across in the best way. And I'm not saying to
Explain this to me like I'm a 2-year-old.
I am saying instead of plowing 2 hours and 30 minutes of drawn out scenes on your audience, you could do a little bit better at having a cohesive story. Now, there are some positives with this movie. I really had a good time with that first act. I was into the story, I was invested, and then the cinematography was incredible. Even though this movie wasn't well constructed, I do believe that Ari Aster is still a good director and he knows how to set up a really good scene. I believe he worked really well with the cinematographer of this film, and the movie looked gorgeous. All the panning shots and all of that, it looked incredible. Now, there was a little funky VFX shot with a car in this movie. I don't know why, but at this point I was already checked out. It could have been practical and I just don't know, but it was a very weird and out of place shot to me. The acting across the board was incredible. Even though Austin Butler doesn't have a huge part in this movie, I thought he did a great job. I thought the two deputies, Luke Grimes and Michael Ward, I thought they gave great performances. And then Deirdre O'Connell, I loved her in The Penguin and she did an incredible job in this movie. A little bit of a similar role, but not completely. And then Emma Stone, I thought she was great. And then Pedro Pascal, yes, this is again the third time that I'm talking about this guy, but honestly, there's no complaints here. He's a good actor and he always gives really good performances. From Fantastic Four to this, completely two different characters. That's just a testament to how excellent of an actor that he is. And then Joaquin Phoenix, I thought he did great in this. He transformed completely into this role, and you can tell from the very beginning he was so great in this. Unfortunately, this is one of my favorite performances from him. Even after the film kind of took a nosedive, I was still enjoying his performance. The score was okay. Nothing that I really can remember right now. It was pretty typical by the numbers, nothing that stood out to me. Sitting down now and finding out that I went to go see this movie and I was excited about it, a little bit because of the trailers, but mainly because I thought it was Robert Eggers this entire time. Even if I knew that this was Ari Aster, I still would have expected better, but wow. So let's just get this out of the way. I'm going to be giving Eddington a 4 out of 10. And even though the performances were great, even though the cinematography was great, it wasn't enough to keep it any more positive for me. And that's so unfortunate, because whether it's Robert Eggers or Ari Aster, I was still looking forward to the movie. And sad to say, it turned out to be an unfocused, convoluted mess of a movie.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Thank you for tuning in to my review of Eddington. Please like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what's your favorite Ari Aster film, or even better, what's your favorite Robert Eggers film. I would love to hear your thoughts. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.